So one of the gaming sites on in Japan called GameWith. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. They did a poll. Like I said, there's not a lot of votes in it, so take it with a grain of salt. They did a poll for your favorite character. Favorite character vote for 2024. In first place, Chang-Li. But probably the more interesting thing is, why is Scar? Scar is in 7th, bro. Even in like a little pool like this, people were like, my favorite character is Scar, man. Listen, valid. That's great. That's great. But yeah, it's pretty this is pretty okay. Look at this male rover. In 5th place. Guys, let me just say the men are slim pickings, alright? Anyway, the top man is male rover. Listen. 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 Correct. Anyway, Chang-Li, 2nd was Shorekeeper, 3rd was Camellia, 4th Jinshi, 5th is Male Rover, 6th is Shang Liao, 7th is Scar. And then Yinlin in 8th, Female Rover in 9th, and then another surprise entry, Zani. Not even released. Not even released in 2024. Zani. Scar might be higher if he still had his own cutie. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, understandable. Yeah, Zani's not even in the game yet, guys. Not even in the game. Literally a PNG at this moment in time. Zani in 10th. Just imagine after she's released, all right? Just imagine after, all right? Insane. Insane. Now, we can go look at the further rankings, but luckily somebody else already put them in here. In 11th, our man Gian. Carlota in 12th. Considering she's a new character, fair enough. Maybe after her release, she would be a little bit higher. Who knows? Sanwa. Sanwa. Is Sanwa the first 4-star here? She is. I mean, there's an NPC ahead of her, but let's not worry about that. Sanwa. Okay? Which explains a lot of things that, like, why Sanwa would get a skin, right? If she's this popular, of course she's getting the skin. Right? Not bad. Not bad. Again, this is like a kind of a small poll. So again, take it with a grain of salt, okay? There's not that many votes. Frolova in 14th. Another NPC coming in hot on the rankings, fellas. And then Encore, Alto, our next 4-star, Get Shu Lin. In the story for a good 5 minutes. 5 minutes of screen time. Get Shu Lin, fellas. She caught my eye. It makes sense, right? It makes sense, right? Then we have Phoebe, another new character. Because it's really hard for me to tell if the new characters are on the list because people are hype about them coming, or they would actually be ranked higher if it was after 2.0 actually came out. But this was before. This is December 26th. Calcaro in 19th place, and also tied in 19th is Dan Jin. Remember, guys, these it's kind of a low number of votes, but still, it's very interesting. What do you guys think of the rankings? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Honestly, my personal favorite being the male rover in the top 5, all right? I concur. Chang-Li makes sense. To me, Changli makes sense. I know also like Shorekeeper caught a lot of people's eye after finishing the story. Surprised Carlota's not up there. I think like this is from December, so it's before the 2.0 release, right? And at that time, before the 2.0 release, definitely Zani was getting a lot of like praise and stuff. But Carlota is the in 12th in this case. So she is on the list, just a little bit down. So yeah, I don't know if like after 2.0 this would have changed at all. But as I said, this was for the 2024 rankings, so it was done in December. That's wild. It's just funny. Scars right. Listen, Wuthering Waves. You know what to do, all right? You know what to do. You know what is needed, okay? You know what to do. Ball is in your court. Unleash the goat. Unleash the goat. The 30-70 ratio. Not even wrong. Not even wrong. But then again, like, because the characters are a 30-70 ratio, it would make sense that the rankings have a 30-70 ratio, because then like that would give to the ratio itself. However, yeah. So you can see the male characters as well, quite popular amongst the girls. It's not that the girls like had a sweep or anything. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. And this is like, who is your favorite character vote? I didn't vote in this. I'm a little worried to go to the GameWith website because GameWith has questionable ads. I guess we're gonna risk it. Okay, mostly safe. But yeah, it just has the same picture, and then they add the extras. Let's see if they go past 19th. They do. Holy shit, there they are. Brant and Rocha. Actually, Brant was also tied for 19th. Then we got Rocha, Yang Yang. Okay, that's surprising to me. Okay, maybe not. I always assumed Yang Yang was not that popular, but she's after everyone else, so. But I mean, she has more votes than like some other 4-stars, so. The unknown girl at the beginning is here. That has to be PGR leftovers, right? That has to be PGR players. There's no. Her name is even just 3 question marks. I'm surprised Brant isn't ranked higher. Well, maybe the husbando endurers were like, I'm gonna go with the men that I know versus the man that I don't know yet. Maybe that's what was happening there. It's hard to say. Your guess is as good as mine. But like I said, guys, remember, this doesn't have like a ton of votes, but it is interesting to look at. And then Verena. Yang Yang is fun to play. She is fun to play. Verena, Baiji, Lin Yang. Guys, contrary to the English-speaking peoples, Lin Yang is not in last place. Not in last place, fellas. Congratulations to Lin Yang. Janjin, we got Zeji, Mortifi, and this is just like all the characters. And oh no, Lumi and Wanwu. Poor Lumi. Lumi is a newer character too, but this Yohu and Lumi, they're both like in the bottom rankings despite being new characters. So it seems that recency bias was not quite at play here, because they're definitely at the bottom, unfortunately. But for the most part, like the top 10, I think even in like English speaking areas, I think the top 10 makes sense. Even Scar being in there. But anyway, yeah. So male rover above female rover. Yeah, in Japan, male rover is more popular than female rover. We've talked about this a little bit in stream before. Like, I think it's because like male rover, like, it's because there's not that many male characters. compared to female characters, but there's a lot of nice female characters, like a lot. And so female Rover kind of gets like buried under the other female characters, whereas male Rover only has a little bit of competition. Also, male Rover's Japanese VA is goated, all right? Goated. Of course. Give me a Rover skin for sure. It would be funny if they added NPC, like the pharmacy shop. Yeah. They should have my favorite NPC voting. Well, they'd have to leave out Scar and Frolova and Geshulan, but like the ones that are out in the city. My favorite NPC voting. That would be interesting. But yeah, I think people can agree. It is like really surprising to me like Zani's in there because like honestly, this is like December 25th, 26th. Right? Like she is literally just a PNG at this moment in time. Didn't even meet her in the store yet. So pretty impressive on Zani's part, to be honest. Brant's also pretty high up there, but he's under all of the other fellas. But yeah. It's interesting to see. Definitely interesting to see. I'm really curious, like if someone did this, like has Pridewin or anyone done like this kind of thing where they do like a popularity ranking? I would be really curious to see how the English polling would go. I'd be really curious. And like I said, this is very few votes, so I don't think it's like super representative of like the fandom at whole, but it's just an interesting thing. Women in suits are just goated. That's true. And plus there's not many girls with that kind of design or feeling as Zani in the game yet. So it is nice. It's like something different for sure. Something to rise above. It's refreshing. It's refreshing.